Module 3. Entrepreneurship and New Venture Management. Entrepreneurship is the spirited process of creating something new with value by devoting the necessary time and effort, assuming the accompanying financial, psychic, and social risks, and receiving the resulting rewards of monetary and personal satisfaction and independence. The journey of entrepreneurship begins with the conception of a business idea, but it only takes shape when you undertake the planning, organizing, and operating of your venture. Take Jane, for instance, who dreams of starting a unique fast food restaurant specializing in breakfast and lunch offerings like bagels and fish. The backbone of turning Jane's vision into a tangible business is her business plan, which will lay out her objectives and the roadmap for achieving them. This document will detail her market research, her understanding of her competition, and her strategies for marketing, operations, and financial projection. Starting a new business, like Jane's restaurant, requires careful consideration of the structure and scale. Small businesses are usually privately owned corporations, partnerships, or sole proprietorship. They are characterized by small teams and fewer locations. They often cater to local communities and have a smaller economic impact than larger businesses. In contrast, big businesses can span multiple locations and have a significant impact on the economy. They often have more resources at their disposal, which can be an advantage in terms of economies of scale and market influence. The importance of entrepreneurship extends beyond the individual. It is a critical driver of economic growth and innovation. Entrepreneurs like Jane create new businesses that generate new jobs, contribute to national income, and introduce new products or services that drive market growth. They also contribute to societal change by challenging tradition and reducing dependence on outdated systems and technologies. However, an entrepreneur must also consider financing options. Personal resources may often be the starting point, as seen with Jane, who invested her own money into her deodorant business. However, this isn't the only path. Venture capital companies, strategic alliances, and lenders are also viable sources. Venture capitalists, for instance, provide money in exchange for equity and a say in business decisions. Strategic alliances can provide benefits like access to wider markets or technology. Lenders offer loans that need to be paid back with interest, but they don't typically require equity or control in the business. Now consider Thomas, who has come up with an educational toy for preschoolers. To turn his idea into reality, he requires stable financial backing. While he can put some of his own money into the venture, he'll likely need additional funds. This is where a venture capital company can come in. They are often willing to invest in high-risk startups with the potential for high returns. They provide not just funding, but also strategic guidance and access to a wider. When looking at existing businesses versus starting from scratch, there are pros and cons to each. Buying an existing business, like what Tina might consider, comes with established systems, vendor relationships, and customer bases. However, it also comes with pre-existing challenges and may limit the freedom to innovate. Starting a business from scratch offers more freedom, but requires building everything from the ground up. Mark and Ed's situation demonstrates the dilemmas faced by entrepreneurs regarding funding. Advertising revenue is more autonomous, allowing the business to retain full control, while venture capital may provide more significant funds, but at the cost of some ownership and decision-making control. For students exploring these scenarios, understanding the role of an entrepreneur is key. An entrepreneur, like Jane, is someone who assumes the risk of a business venture, overseeing the process from conception to market and often investing personal capital. A business plan is central to a startup's foundation, laying out goals, strategies, and financial projections. The decision to buy or start a business impacts the level of control and the existing infrastructure you may inherit. And finally, choosing between financing options like venture capital or advertising revenue can influence the level of control you retain over your business. Remember, entrepreneurship is as much about innovation and creation as it is about risk and reward. It is a journey of constant learning, adapting, and growing. Whether you're considering starting a business or seeking to understand the landscape of new venture management, remember that each entrepreneur's path is unique, and the success lies in the blend of passion, planning, and perseverance. Organization structure and design. In the contemporary workplace, understanding the nuances of organization structure and design is crucial. At its heart lies the concept of job characteristics, a framework that enhances job satisfaction, performance, and personal growth. Central to this framework are core dimensions, including skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback, all of which are complemented by growth meets strength, an individual's desire for personal development. When we talk about skill variety, we refer to the range of competencies utilized in a job. A multifaceted job that requires a variety of skills can be much more engaging than one that is monotonous. Similarly, task identity is about the degree to which a job requires completion of a whole and identifiable piece of work. It is satisfying for an employee to see a task through from start to finish. Task significance then comes into play, emphasizing the importance of the job's impact on others. Knowing that one's work makes a difference can be a powerful motivator. Autonomy is another critical dimension, granting employees the freedom to schedule their work and determine the procedure to carry it out. It cultivates a sense of personal responsibility and ownership. Feedback, the final dimension, ensures that employees receive clear, actionable information about their performance. When these dimensions are applied thoughtfully, they can unveil areas for job enhancement, thereby boosting job satisfaction and efficiency. A job rich in these core characteristics offers a strong foundation for employees to thrive and grow. It becomes evident that jobs designed with these dimensions in mind are not only more satisfying, but also lead to higher performance. This is because they align with fundamental human needs for meaningfulness, responsibility, and understanding of one's results. Moving on to departmentalization, which speaks to how jobs are organized within the broader structure of the organization. It's the process of grouping jobs into manageable units, which can be based on functions, products, customers, or even geographic locations. Each base has its merits. Functional departmentalization allows for specialization and efficiencies within specific business functions. Product departmentalization aligns managerial expertise with specific products, while customer departmentalization focuses on specific customer groups, ensuring that their unique needs are met. Lastly, geographic departmentalization responds to the particular demands of various locations. The rationale behind increasing departmentalization is to align managerial expertise with the nuanced requirements of different departments. It allows specialized managers to focus on their areas of expertise, enhancing operational efficiency and the effectiveness of managerial decisions. The span of management, often referred to as the span of control, is integral to organization structure and design. It describes the number of subordinates a manager can efficiently and effectively direct. The appropriate span reduces costs and enhances communication, but must be balanced against the risks of overstretching managerial capacity. Several factors determine the optimal span of management. The capability of subordinates is paramount. Experienced, self-sufficient teams may require less direct supervision. The level of management also plays a role, with higher levels typically overseeing more subordinates. Decentralization grants more autonomy to subordinates, which can expand a manager's span. The degree of planning, physical location, communication systems, nature of work, type of technology, and capacity of the manager are other critical factors that must be considered. Organization change and innovation. In the dynamic realm of organizational change and innovation, the concept of transformation is not merely a necessity but a vital ingredient for survival and growth. At the heart of effective change management lies the Lewin model, a fundamental paradigm for understanding and guiding the process of change within organizations. Kurt Lewin's model elegantly breaks down change into 3 digestible stages: unfreezing, implementing change, and refreezing. The first step, unfreezing, involves preparing the organization to accept that change is necessary, which includes breaking down the existing status quo before building a new way of operating. Consider the case of a pair of orthodontists who have outgrown their current office. The waiting room is cramped, and the desire to increase efficiency and patient throughput is evident. By recognizing these issues and communicating the need for change, they begin the process of unfreezing, setting the stage for transformation. Implementing change, the second stage, is where the actual transition occurs. The orthodontists, in our case, would restructure the physical layout of the office, expand the waiting area, and add a third dentist chair. This tangible metamorphosis is not without its challenges, but with careful planning and communication, it can be woven seamlessly into the fabric of daily operations. The final stage, refreezing, involves solidifying the new processes and ensuring that they become permanent. For the orthodontists, this would mean ensuring that the new workflow is well integrated into their practice and that staff and patients are comfortable with the new setup. This stage is critical to prevent a reversion to old. The areas of organizational change span the breadth of people, organization structure and design, technology, and operations. These are not isolated domains but interconnected facets that influence one another. Change in one area can ripple through and necessitate adjustments in others. For instance, adding a new chair in a dental office may require hiring additional staff or updating scheduling software, which affects the people and technology. Organization development, OD, is an ongoing, systematic process of implementing effective organizational change. OD is about not just planning changes, but also equipping the organization with the ability to manage change on its own. It involves a range of techniques, from diagnostic activities to life and career planning, coaching, and counseling, all aimed at improving the organization's capacity to handle change by strengthening its processes and people. Consider Casey, who leads an Army finance company. She's grappling with high turnover, tense interactions, and a lack of communication skills among soldiers who come from diverse backgrounds and have varying levels of experience. To address these challenges, Casey could employ several OD techniques. By initiating life and career planning, she could foster a forward-looking perspective among the soldiers, potentially increasing job satisfaction and retention. Coaching and counseling could provide soldiers with the tools for effective communication, mitigating hostility, and improving interpersonal relations. Team-building activities could enhance camaraderie, while third-party peacemaking could resolve deep-seated conflicts. Process consultation would help Casey guide discussions on improving meeting procedures and workplace communication. Finally, survey feedback could pinpoint problem areas, allowing Casey to tailor interventions more effectively. When looking at the broader scenario of organizational change, like the one faced by a BC Corp, with its employee benefits paradigm, the initial step of calling employees to a meeting to explain why changes are necessary aligns with Lewin's unfreezing stage. It's about setting the groundwork for change by showing the impracticality of the current system. In the context of organizational development, the primary focus is on human resources. It's about nurturing the human element of the organization, equipping individuals with the skills, attitudes, and work environment conducive to performance and satisfaction. For managers like Jen, who employs team-building techniques by engaging her subordinates in fun, non-work-related projects, the goal is to foster teamwork. This approach is anchored in the belief that a cohesive team is more than the sum of its parts, leading to enhanced collaboration and productivity within the organizational framework. Organizational change and innovation are multifaceted and require a thoughtful, structured approach. Models like Lewin's provide a roadmap, while the various techniques of OD offer the tools to navigate the complexities of transformation. Whether it's through unfreezing the status quo, implementing new procedures, or refreezing new practices into the culture, change management is about steering the organization towards a more efficient, harmonious, and resilient future.